Welcome back, another episode. Superman and Lois's final season continues to explore the consequences of the Man of Steel's passing in the most strikingly intriguing manner since this well-known tale originally appeared in comic books. Over the course of 9 decades of storytelling, Superman, his family, and Smallville encounter challenges that no fan has ever witnessed. However, this leads to the most intense battle between Clark Kent and Lex Luthor ever in the 6th episode of Superman and Lois last season, and it's just amazing. Some fans probably experienced a mixture of fatigue and cynicism when Doomsday was presented in Superman and Lois Season 3. This is particularly true given that the well-known 1993 comic event The Death of Superman has been loosely turned into Batman v Superman, Dawn, and 2 animated movies. Lex Luthor's greatest weakness was transformed into an asset in Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 6. Although the book began with Superman and Lois in prison, the appearance of DC Comics' greatest criminal intellect seemed inevitable. He appeared to be the scariest Lex yet at his introduction. Nevertheless, Lex was underdeveloped by the middle of Season 4 due to his exclusive fixation with Lois Lane and her family. He was a jagoff, to be sure, but he never appeared to be as threatening as everyone on the show said. The way Lex was written made him appear more like a bothersome intruder who wouldn't leave the Lanes alone than a real threat, even with actor Michael Cudlitz's skill. As it happens, he only required an It took some time for Lex to ultimately reconnect with his daughter, Elizabeth, who had gone into hiding after his release from prison, and that was the beginning of his greatest humiliation. Viewers had a deeper understanding of Lex as a father through both flashbacks and current dialogue. However, he turned down Elizabeth's offer of a position in her life if he gave up his grudge. The personal cost of Superman's resurrection was illustrated in Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 6. In contrast to previous iterations of The Death of Superman, Superman required a heart transplant in order to revive. After Lex dispatched Doomsday to kill him, his father-in-law, Sam Lane, served as the donor with the use of a sci-fi serum. Superman has struggled to accept his weakness ever since. Now he struggles to fly. He no longer has the super hearing he formerly possessed. Additionally, Lois lately became aware that Superman is finally growing gray hair. Clark purchased some hair dye, but he was unable to resolve those other issues. People started to find out the major secret after Lois, Jordan, and Jonathan publicly mourned Superman on Smallville's main street. Coach Gaines has also discovered the secret, as When the Lights Come On demonstrates, and he approaches the lads in the diner to play football while they are still super. 2 recurrent tertiary characters, Chuck Arden and Denise Allo, have also discovered the secret. It is up to his boys to fill the vacuum left by Clark's inability to manage the demands of being Superman. Jonathan acquired talents somewhat later, only gaining them by the end of Season 4, whereas Jordan had powers from the start. Jonathan's powers are developing more rapidly than Jordan's, not to mention that John is a natural. Jordan was hesitant to utilize his abilities at all after allowing Lex to break his father's heart and almost murder him. Jonathan, in the meantime, has been saving lives all around the world since Jordan gave him his Superboy suit. But Jordan has been pursuing a more regular existence ever since Lex discovered Superman's secret and almost murdered him. He attempted to apply for a summer job with his friendly ex-girlfriend Sarah at the diner in Smallville. But Jordan eventually overcame the most of his insecurities after one of Lex's goons nearly killed Lana Lang and Sarah in their house. The most brutal and intense fight in Superman and Lois Season 4 Episode 6, however, even more vicious and furious than the battle against Doomsday that spanned the whole solar system, was the battle between Lex and Clark. For the most part, Clark was losing. Even worse, when Lana Lang was attacked, the boys weren't listening, so they didn't hear her calls for assistance. But Clark was unable to hear the near murder of his best friend. He confronted Lex in a reckless manner on the streets of Smallville as a result of this failure, his personal fears, and his new vulnerabilities. Having put red sun bulbs in the streetlights of Smallville, Lex was ready. Clark was essentially no more powerful than any mortal in his diminished form. For more videos, subscribe.